Hey guys, it's Yaji coming at you again. Today I'm going to talk about how to create amazing relationships part 3. I actually think I called it before how to save your relationship. Saving is great, but you know what? If you already have a good relationship and you just want to make it better, this is how to create amazing relationships, how to really deepen the connection, how to really feel like you're showing up, how to really feel like you are you in your relationships. So last time we talked about if you're feeling triggered, anything other than neutral or good, you really want to make an agreement beforehand with your partner that you're not going to try and talk through things in those moments. In those moments, you're very likely to do and say things that are harmful, hurtful to your relationship. So make that agreement and stick to it. Also agree upon a time to come back. So now say you've done that, you've walked away, but now you're feeling really just flooded with your emotions. What do? Now I'm going to offer in this video some self-soothing techniques and some ways to best manage that time. Before I get into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing here. I started doing these videos as a way to promote a new business that I want to create, that I have created, enchantyourlove.com. It's a weekend vacation getaway for couples. I thought it would be fun to do, what takes a couple months worth of therapy and, combine that into one fun weekend getaway. As I've progressed through these videos and I'm starting to do more and more of them, I'm starting to think this is way far beyond that. What I want to do is really share a lifetime of learning, a lifetime of my own personal journey in overcoming the cards I was dealt, the cards I had to deal with in being born into this life. And there were some difficulties, and I learned how to overcome them. And I am constantly learning new techniques, new trainings, new ways to heal and overcome and just become the best you that you can possibly be. And I really want to share that. And to be able to share that on a free level makes me really excited. So that being said, for anybody who wants credibility, I am a licensed psychotherapist. I'm really going to be focusing more on coaching techniques. I have so many different certifications. Like I've done EMDR and NLP. I mean, it's really like because I'm fascinated with the human psyche and how to heal and how to become better. So that's what I want to bring to you. And I really hope that I am going to help some people along the way. So if you do find these videos helpful and enjoyable, or you learn something, you think somebody you know could learn from them, please do like and share and get the word out. Definitely helps me, but really more than that, I want to help others who maybe can't afford to go to the office and pay for this kind of service. So I want to offer that. So that being said, back to step number 3. Now that you've walked away and you've agreed upon a time to come back to it, what do you do with yourself? A lot of the times you feel like just enraged and flooded, and it's really, really hard, especially if you're the person who doesn't want to walk away. It's really hard to deal with those feelings and those emotions. Number 1 tip is journal. I cannot say enough good things about journaling. I know a lot of people have had negative experiences with journaling, having their journals found, and then they stopped journaling. Journaling is so powerful because it really helps you to get to a deeper level of who you are, what you think, what you feel, understanding those deeper level unconscious drives. So in these moments, it's also when you're feeling flooded and you just want to tell your partner what a jerk they are. You can sit down with a piece of paper or your phone and you can tell them. of course, that, given that you're never actually going to send that or give it, because this is just for you when you're feeling flooded, usually these aren't the things that you really mean. That's why you want to walk away. You don't want to say these things to one another that are damaging and hurtful. But you do need to do something with that energy and getting it out on paper or, on your phone. There are lots of really good applications on the phone that you can actually find locks for, so that, it's not going to be seen by anybody, and you can password protect it. So highly recommend that. Highly recommend. Couple tips about journaling. I highly recommend having your journal ready and by your side. You really want to be able to readily access it and readily, write about what you're feeling. Imagine that you're writing an email or a text directly to that person. You just really get yourself into that frame of mind. You can even open up an email and just pretend like you're writing it. That can help you to really get deeper. Start with, I feel, and then identify the actual emotion that you're feeling. Angry, scared, fearful, jealous, enraged, sad, hopeless. Name your feeling, because the more you are getting in touch with naming the feeling, the more you're going to actually wind up releasing it. What we wind up doing is holding these feelings inside. We don't honor the feeling. We don't recognize it. We sweep it under the rug, and then it stays in there and it percolates and it kind of turns into something else, and it can get ugly, and it can come out when you least expect it, and be damaging in other areas of your life. I mean, you can take it out on somebody at work, and then, it really can bleed out into a lot of different areas. So honor those emotions. It's very important. Just by naming the emotion doesn't mean you're going to get stuck there. So honor it. I feel angry, hopeless, sad, depressed, whatever you're feeling, because you're blah, 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 blah. And you can swear. Do whatever you feel, whatever's in your thoughts and your heart. You want to just get it out onto the paper. And then you let that go. And now you've written about what you're feeling. You need to really focus on shifting into a different frame of mind. So you want to, there are a couple different things that you can do to shift your energy so you can get out of that flooded state. I'm really excited that I just took this week 5-day training at the HeartMath Institute in Boulder Creek, California, Santa Cruz Mountains. It was so beautiful. I almost recorded a live video there, but then kind of chickened out. So next time I'm going to do it. Next time I'm at a training, I'm going to do a live video. But anyway, it was amazing. I left there feeling I was completely vibrating at a different level. And it's the technique is so ridiculously simple. There's a lot of intense science, rigorous science, peer-reviewed science that's, been repeated and replicated at really high-level, respectable universities, Stanford and Harvard, big name universities, but it really has to do with the science of the heart. And so I want to recommend that if you're feeling flooded, if you're in that moment and you recognize, I'm being overtaken right now, you just place your hand on your heart, imagine your heart, and breathe slowly and deeply into and out of your heart. Imagine breathing slowly and deeply into and out of your heart. So imagine doing that. Stay with it for probably about 5 minutes is a good amount of time, but any amount of time is really good. And as you do that, make a really sincere attempt to shift into a renewing emotion. So shifting away from that anger, hopeless, fear, sadness, whatever the depleting emotion is, and shifting into a renewing emotion, hope, gratitude, love, appreciation, And I know it's hard in these moments because you just, everything inside of you wants to rage or, attack or defend or shut down. Um, it's really important to make a real sincere attempt to shift out of that, because there have been numerous studies, and I think it's pretty intuitive anyway, that when you allow yourself to stay stuck in these depleting emotional states, you're not going to think clearly. You're creating all this cortisol that's creating like really damaging effects in your body. I mean, there's just numerous damaging effects of allowing yourself to stay there. It doesn't help. A lot of people have that limiting belief that staying stuck in those emotions can create some kind of, I'm not going to accept what's being done, or if I forgive them, then it's accepting the wrong that they did to me. No, it's not accepting the wrong. It's getting yourself into a grounded state so you can be proactive in a very powerful and constructive and empowered way. So do some heart focused breathing, shifting into a sense of gratitude or inner ease. And some of the basic ones: exercise, take a hot bath, call a friend, listen to music, sit in the sun, call your therapist. So and really get into that place. It's really important to make a sincere attempt to shift your emotional state, because that's where the magic happens. So that's it for now. And next time I am going to I'm going to get a little bit more into how to understand what you're feeling, looking at what you're feeling, and then shifting everything into a really empowered state, and then how to approach your partner in a constructive, empowered way. So stay tuned for that. For now, this is Yaji. I'm signing off for today. Mwah, love you. Please comment, like, share. And, if you have any questions or any topics that you'd like me to address in a future video, please send them to me. You can do a private message, or you can leave in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. What do you do when you're feeling wound up, stressed out? What do you do to self-soothe? I think it'd be really good to get that conversation going and share that with one another. So, Yaji signing off. Take care. Bye.